Talk with Bulbeer. Today I am with one of the most inspiring women I know, architect Sonali Rastogi from Morphogenesis.
Thank
Hello
you.
Sonali, welcome to Walk the Talk with Bulbeer.
My pleasure.
Thank you for making time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And firstly, congratulations on winning the award for the Surat Diamond Bows at the World Architecture Festival.
Yes, it is. It is quite. I'm quite kicked about it. It's quite
It
an
is
honor. It's quite an honor,
amazing.
and the entire team at Morphogenesis was rooting for it. And I called all the architects who had worked on it, and immediately that's the first thing I did because it was really something we were all hoping for.
The work is beautiful. I mean, I've just seen the presentation and I was stunned. I'm like, wow, this is something beautiful. And that too in COVID period, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
I think it's got to do with how the vision of a community that kind of just brings everyone together, the contractors, all the workers, various companies associated with it, the architects. I think the energy was with the community that was built, chose to create this project, and it kind of just percolated down the system completely.
It was amazing. So, what has been your most memorable, part of the entire journey while making the Surat Diamond Bows?
I think winning the competition
Okay.
because was the most memorable part because one always hopes, but the moment when you know, okay, I'm going to be doing this is, I think, the moment like the enormity of the task, the expectation of the community, um, the absolute zero failure possibility, all of those hits you at that point in time.
Lovely, but I'm so proud, that we've got such a beautiful project that has come up so beautifully in our country. It looks stunning. It really looks stunning. So, what do you think are the roles and responsibilities of architects on general basis?
Oh, that's a difficult question because the profession itself has so much breadth and yet is meaningless without depth. So I think responsibility is from understanding the client to understanding the context to understanding the environment, socio-cultural responsibility, to play your role in positioning your project and in a globally important discourse, to financially be responsible for the amount of in case of Surat, I would say wealth, the amount of wealth at your disposal, to be frugal at the same time, to be sensitive, mathematics, engineering, psychology, philosophy, design. So, like
Wow.
all of these things are really your responsibility.
True, I wish I could, I mean, I really want this message to go off and, get viral because it's a very beautiful answer to the question. Very beautiful. What is your take on the importance of research while conceiving a project?
I think an architect's entire career is about research because they are researching in all these dimensions of that a project involves almost all the time. Whether they are researching people, professions, materials, engineering, um, ways to build, uh, finding lost craft, um, dealing with extreme weathers, understanding the impact that they're going to have on climate change. So I think researching is a sort of intertwined marriage with the
Ongoing
profession
process.
of architecture.
Yeah. True. Your views on sustainability in metropolitan cities and its cost of implication on a project.
So the number one, sustainability. To be sustainable, you have to use resources judicially. That's what it means. When you use resources judicially, obviously the cost should go down. Otherwise, it's not judicious, right? So I think the word sustainability means judicious use of resources, whether they are financial resources or they are natural resources or they are man-made resources, but it means judicious use, which means cost lowering. So that it's a natural, it's like one thing, it's not two different things. anyone who says that being sustainable may cost बढ़ जाती है, then obviously something is missing in that story, right? And urban sustainability, I think sustainability has to be everywhere. There is no job without sustainability involved. I mean, we are sitting at a dangerous cusp and of complete devastation due to climate change. I mean, how can it be that we only think about it in this aspect or that aspect? It has to be thought about in every aspect.
True. Ancient architecture and its influence in your practice and the need for it in the industry.
Architecture is about solution providing to the human condition. So, ancient, current, vernacular, inspirational, Western, Eastern, I mean, all of those things should inspire an architect because these are all problem solving solutions found over the years. And yes, historically it becomes even more doubly relevant because when you're working in a region, I mean, yes, of course, climate change is seeing some changes, but like if you're in a hot region in Rajasthan and Gujarat, it's always been hot, right? So, therefore, it's all human ingenuity which has over the years come up with architectural ways to deal with that, right? So, not to look at what people have learned over the years is just foolhardy. It's just foolhardy. So, therefore, history plays a very, very important role, not to copy it, but to learn from it.
True. So tell me something, Sonali. I'm sure there must be so many inspired by you. The way you talk, the way you give a presentation was like, I felt like, oh my God, I have to keep listening to her. I didn't want you to stop, honestly. So, what would be your message to the ones who are, upcoming in the architecture industry, the new architects, the younger generation? What would be your message to them?
Um, See, I feel that it's a totally immersive profession. It's not one where your work life balance or is a separate thing from your profession. I mean, architecture is all immersive. So I think it's only for those people who think of it as life, don't think of it as work.
Superb. And last question, what do you think about Ace Tech?
Well, I've been coming to ASTEC for a long time now, and I think it's growing in from strength to strength. I always like walking along the exhibitions because, yeah, all kinds of materials I see, and I see new materials, and I see old companies reinventing themselves. So it's always the right place for me to find fascinating things, find partners who will support the vision. So it's very important for me to be here.
Thank you so much, Sonali, for your time. I really hope you enjoyed